again, and look at this, City Hall, 1948. I want you to pay attention to a couple of things that are significant here. This is the last look at City Hall in this video. Notice the old fire hall down at the end of Main Street behind the Royal Hotel? And if you look over to the right, there's Valley Lumber at the corner of Spadina. Yeah, okay, well that's how it looks from way up on high, as we're looking down at Butcharts and Right Way Motors and GM Automotive. But more about that later. Before it was Southgate Shopping Center, the corner of Hodgins and Yale Road West was a trailer park. You didn't know that, did you? I didn't either till Merlin pointed it out to me one day. But finally in 1958 it became Southgate Shopping Center. And it was pretty big at the time. And this is of course how it looks now, but the Super Value store was actually in the same place where Shoppers Drug Mart is now. So you can sort of see how it went back and forth. That's how it used to look. And of course, there's a kind of a composite to give you an idea what happened to it. There's a parade, the East Chilliwack Co-op, 1973 going by. Across the street used to be Westgate Motors. That was a Rambler dealership here in Chilliwack. And that's where it sat, at the corner of GM and Yale West. And on the opposite corner was Right Way Motors. It was a Chevron dealership for many years, and that's a picture of the fellow that ran it at that time. And his name was Ivan Birol. And they did the same thing with Butcharts across the street. It was an advertising campaign in 62 and 63. There's good old Len Butchart hovering over his Chrysler dealership, and you can see the Dairy Queen in behind there. And this is how it looks now, that same corner. Well, Len wasn't the only Butchart that was selling cars very successfully around the corner of Hodgins and GM and Yale Road West. His brother Jim, there was a lot of Butcharts. He ran GM Automotive, which was just around the corner behind Right Way Motors. And this is a picture from December 5th, 62, when Mrs. Keith Gregory won herself a 1963 Mercury from GM Automotive. So that was a pretty good prize, right? And there was an open house there the same day. This was called Christie's Fruit Stand, and this was at the corner of Alexander and Yale Road West for many, many years. And it was very popular, according to my dad. Adjacent to that for many years also was Boyd's Feed Mill until April 1961, when Boyd's Feed Mill became nothing more than a pleasant memory. And this is a pretty good picture of where it was. You can see Alexander on the right and Bernard will be just on your left, and you're looking towards Southgate. While we're on that corner, let's not forget Pat's Shell Service, which was also in that corner for many years. It was a crowded corner, wasn't it? We're going to end this segment up with a little bit of Bernard Avenue, when they were doing the sewers for the Westview subdivision. And according to Randy Scott, there was a neighbor, and her name was Mrs. Dobson, and she had a dog, a greyhound that used to... dog anyway, Irish setter that used to get quite dirty in all this muck.